Ravi, how's morale?
It is sky high. I mean, it is Aaron Judge home run high. I'm in a hotel room, so at least morale in this room is really high. I think we're doing really well.
Okay, what's your plan for the day in preparing for the big debut taking over for Chris Berman?
Yeah, I think that we live in such an age of information that I'm going to shut it all down. I'm going to sit on the deck here and just look at boats going by.
I like it.
Because there is so much information. Exit velocity, launch angle, longest home runs, first home runs, who's pitching, what size pants they wore in 8th grade. There is so much of this. I'm overwhelmed by how much information there is, and we're all into information, but at some point you just kind of got to sit back, and this is a home run derby, right? Let's watch how far the ball goes. Isn't that what home runs are all about? You know, we all love the long ball, so let's see that unfold versus information overload.
All right.
That's my take. How would you do it?
I get a map because there's going to be a lot of long home runs, so you'd be able to tell us about surrounding counties and cities there in Florida.
So you want to go with the cities? You want to go with the Fort Lauderdales and the Bocas, and you want to do that? Is that so? You would go with that?
No, I would not.
Back on that sport.
No, I would not. This is what I'm curious about, though, Ravi. You have the voice where you're not sure it's going to be out, but then there's the voice where you know it's going to be out. What's the difference, though, when you're calling a home run derby, when you're trying to make it seem like you're not sure if it's going out, and it lands 488 feet away? Like, you can't go, he got a lot of it. Did he get all of it? And it.
Right.
Like,
I think that was what the back was all about, because it allowed you to pull the ripcord. You know, back. No, just short. So it allowed you to pull the ripcord. Look, I was at Fenway Park, and if you do play-by-play at Fenway Park, you're sitting up real high. You're basically eye level with the top of the green monster. And, of course, I had I think it was Pedroia, and there's a shallow drive to left. Whoa, wait a second. The wind has it. This one is over the wall. So I had to pop out to the shortstop. That ended up being a home run. So there's a hell of a lot of risk involved in sort of jumping the gun on the home run. My sense is that hopefully sitting where we will be on that field, you'll be able to have a sense of it. But I'm looking to lay out a lot tonight. You know, in TV parlance, just lay out and let it breathe and see where it goes, as opposed to every second of the ball's flight saying something. There's going to be a lot of let the fan at home really feel what it's like to be there, and in a sense, let them. At home. Is that it? No. Is that what? No.
I don't know if anybody's ever gotten criticized for not talking. I don't know what Twitter is going to do.
I agree.
Right?
I would agree with that. I would absolutely. I mean, I have imagined a Judge Stanton final, and Judge needs 3 home runs in the last 45 seconds. Do I need to be talking over that, or can we all appreciate if there's one? 2, he wins. There's the 3rd. I don't need to describe it. I think it lends itself to one of those moments if, in fact, that something like that happens.
We're talking to Karl Ravech. Ravi will be hosting Home Run Derby on the Mothership tonight at 8 Eastern. But when you look at the format of Home Run Derby, I've always thought that you could put on a show, as McGwire did, as Josh Hamilton did, and not win the Home Run Derby, and people look back and remember those moments. Is there a way... Is there a way to tweak the format that if I put up 28 in one round, that I know I'm going to be tired, but I've accumulated enough that would allow me to get into the final? Like, is there something that you see where you could improve Home Run Derby?
Well, I think the format now, at least in a sense of, and it worked out really well this year, coming up with defending champ will get the 1 seed, even though Stanton didn't have the most home runs, and then the rest of the field falls in based on total home runs. So you are rewarded in a sense for having the most home runs in the first half, because you do then go second in your head-to-head. Mm-hmm. So if you and I are competing and I go first and I hit 28, it forces you to hit 29. But if I only hit 4, you then only have to hit 5, so you don't expend a lot of that energy. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we could come up with a bar that if you do hit 20 or whatever the magic number is in a round, you get bonus points. I mean, that would be probably the way to do it. You hit 20, you get 5 extra, in a sense, points, and now the other guy has to hit 21, and he would beat you. So if he doesn't get to that number, and you save those, you ultimately save those points because it does make for each round. But again, that would then require the second hitter to try to get to that magic number to get the bonus points. And my sense is we're trying to deter that because you don't want to get tired and hitting 4 in the final round.
What caught your eye more, the number of home runs in the first half or how far these home runs have gone?
I would say it's the number, but it's also the distance that a lot of the non-6'7", 280-pound guys are hitting it. To me, the bigger surprise is not that Stanton and Judge and Bellinger and Bohr and Moustakas and the guys that are in this derby have hit the home runs. It's the idea that, Altuve, who's a great hitter, but Altuve is driving the ball all over the place now for home runs. And a lot of the, even in recent days here, Pedroia is getting hot for the Red Sox. I think the fact that the guys who aren't home run hitters are hitting home runs, the 7, 8, 9 guys, not to mention George Springer has become Ricky Henderson and Charlie Blackmon is Ricky Henderson. The number of home runs from leadoff hitters this year is astronomical. We're going to end up with well over 6,000 home runs, which we've never done before. And after yesterday, we were, as a sport, ahead of last month's pace, which broke the previous month's record. Now, you do have 3 days off here for the All-Star break, so that we may not see a record fall this month. But I think it's the other guys, the smaller guys, who are hitting the home runs that probably surprised me more in the total.
I don't know if we've softened our stance on this of, wanting to find out why and PEDs and all of the, because it feels like the voters, Hall of Fame voters, have softened their stance on, Barry Bonds or Roger Clemens. And not that we should and look, turn a blind eye to this, but we're not beholden to baseball records like we once were because we were fooled once before. We're not going to be fooled again. How does that factor in on how people view the numbers that are put? Judge is putting up incredible numbers here. Do you think people look at Judge and go, that's real, or that's a great story, or you know what, I just want to be entertained? I don't know if we've changed how much we've changed in the last 15 years.
I think in Judge's case, the same way you are with LeBron or Durant, when somebody is seemingly more physically gifted, or Tom Brady's age allows you to sort of marvel at something he's doing that others at that age aren't. In Judge's case, the dude is LeBron. I mean, he's 6'8", 280, which is a basketball player or a tight end playing baseball. So I do think there's a marvel factor to it. I don't think the narrative today falls back on the performance enhancing. I don't think there's a lot of eyebrows raised. I think there's probably, in at least speaking with people who do watch the game, some level of acceptance that, there are going to be cheaters, but I do think that with the improved drug testing and guys getting banged for half the season, there is, I think, a general acceptance, right or wrong, that the guys that are doing the home runs to the level that they're doing it are likely clean, that there are other factors going into this. And I do think a lot of times now we're falling on the baseballs wound a little tighter. The guys are physically stronger. The relief pitchers, especially the middle relievers and back-end guys, throw it harder. And, ball hits bat harder, it flies further. I don't think that people have that same concern or maybe care, to your point, about who and if anybody is trying to beat the system using performance-enhancing drugs. But, I think you were with us when we had the folks from the anti-doping agency come, and the idea was, look, the cheaters are always going to try, and they're always going to be ahead of the guys that are trying to stop it. So I think we're naive to think that nobody is doing it, but I do think it would be foolish to think, like we saw with McGuire and Sosa, in the late '90s, that's the cause for this uptick in home runs.
Are you more all in on the Dodgers or the Astros?
That's a good question. Both. I don't want to dodge the question. I've been speaking with people with Houston, and to me, if you think about the Dodgers, even last night here in Cleveland, there are teams that I think in a postseason series match up better with Houston than they do with the Dodgers, only because Keuchel isn't Kershaw. He's not Scherzer. They don't have that number one ace who you might need. They don't have Corey Kluber. They don't have Chris Sale. And I hate it to say it because Keuchel went into Yankee Stadium in a wild card game and absolutely stuffed it. You know, he shut them down. They won the game. They went on to lose in the next round. But he has the ability to do that. And yet I think, you know, if the Indians get into a playoff and they end up meeting the Astros, that you're looking at Kluber and Salazar and Carrasco and Andrew Miller and Allen in the back end, that in a series they're competitive with the Astros. Now, if the Astros go out and somehow pick up a Britton and somebody else or a starter, then yeah, they're damn good. The offense is a joke. I mean, the great stat yesterday, because you're into stats now, I heard when we started this. The great stat yesterday was the 5 teams now that at the All-Star break that have had the greatest run differential. 3 of the previous, the top 3 all went to the World Series. And currently on the list are the Dodgers and the Astros at 4 and 5. So we could just bang the rest of the season. The Dodgers and Astros can start the World Series now. I mean, that was a great number. Run differential, All-Star break, top 5 teams, Houston and Los Angeles, 4 and 5, and the previous 3 all played in the World Series.
And both with at least 60 wins at the All-Star break. Karl Ravech with the call tonight, the voice of Home Run Derby tonight, 8 Eastern on the Mothership. And here is that signature call from Karl Ravech you'll be hearing over and over tonight. Ravi.
Yes.
Wait, is that it?
You just heard it, babe. That was it. Silence. Let's let it play. You just heard it. Layout.
It's called Nat Sound.
Give me one of yours. Give me your home run call, and I will use it. Give me a Dan Patrick home run call. Because when I sat on the set with you on SportsCenter, and you would go into I just had to sit back, and I enjoyed it. I watched it. So give me the home run call if you're doing the Derby tonight.
All right. Aaron Judge already with 19 home runs, and here's the pitch. Gone.
Just a silent, just kind of a gun.
That's it. Like, let's not joke about it. We don't have to kid anybody. Right. We're grown-ups here. Yeah. All you're doing is disseminating information. All you're going to tell people is you're in the building. You knew it when you heard it. Gone.
Gone.
Lay out.
Right,
and then lay out. And lay out.
Yeah, just let it breathe.
Yeah, let it breathe, Karl. Let it breathe.
I'll give you a gone. You got it.
Okay. All right. Yes. Gone. Have fun tonight, all right?
I'll do that. Thanks very much for having me.
All right, buddy. That's Karl Ravech.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.